Hello team. Now, this time I thought I'd do something a bit different. Now I've seen a lot of other big YouTubers doing this. I thought I'd make my own myself. And that's basically the Call of Duty tier ranking list. So I've split it into different formula, like worst, 50-50, like okay, great, brilliant, and best. So that's kind of what I've split it into. This video is going to be 100% completely subjective. Now, there are a few COD games I don't like, some I do absolutely adore. But I do want to reiterate that although I am about to show the list, there is one COD game that is the worst, that we should be hating on, and that is basically Black Ops 3 on the old-gen consoles. Basically, old-gen port of Black Ops 3. Now, I can make a full video about that all on its own, but I will say Black Ops 3 on old-gen consoles is the worst Call of Duty game ever. So right now I'll just show you my list that I've done. Now this is basically just what it looks like. And I'll just tell you why I've placed it like this before all of you go ahead and spam the dislike button and leave bad comments. But I do want to say keep comments clean, please. Now, Black Ops 4 I put all the way down there just because it just does not feel like Call of Duty. I just don't like it because I just feel like the microtransaction system was poor. They didn't even have an advanced UAV. I've made a video before, like a split video on why I don't like Black Ops 4. So, and I feel like Battle Royale just ruined the game. Like, Zombies was left forgotten about. Campaign doesn't even exist, so that's ruined. And multiplayer was just completely ruined. So Black Ops 4, I'm just not a big fan of it. Now, there are a few things I do like, and that's just basically the few new game modes they added, but apart from those game modes, the game just, I didn't like it, it just felt bad. Now, this next one I'm going to get a ton of backlash for. Modern Warfare 2. I know, it's very popular, but when I go back and play it nowadays, I just don't like it. Like, there's always that one person spamming explosives. Like, the game, to me, feels a bit too melty. Now, I do like the Spec Ops mode they added, and I feel like that was a great thing for the first time in Call of Duty. Spec Ops was very good, also continuing campaign, but multiplayer is just unplayable. Pretty much the easiest way to do well in that game is to just set up a class with increased explosive damage, a load of explosives, pick a spot in the map, camp there, and just blow people up. And that's pretty much what the game devolved into back then. It's just go around, blow people up, and just blow people up. And I just didn't like Modern Warfare 2, and not a big fan of it. For those of you that do, fair play, but for me, I just don't like it because there's not a lot of thought into it. The ones that are just 50-50 are Black Ops 3 on the new gen consoles, just because, I mean, it was nicely hyped. I mean, campaign was a bit of a disaster. Multiplayer was pay to win because of the supply drop system. The specialists were a bit hit and miss. However, zombies, I loved the zombies it offered. I mean, for someone who doesn't play a lot of zombies, I liked it. Zombies kept me going around. Black Ops 2 was decent. I mean, campaign was pretty sweet. I mean, zombies was decent. However, the multiplayer doesn't really keep me around. I mean, I do like a few things about multiplayer. I mean, I do like the fact that for first time we got a secret camo to unlock, which was Diamond. And I like that. So Black Ops 2, 50-50, fairly average. Now, MW4 Remastered, so you're probably thinking, why is there two of them? Well, this is the remaster. Remaster, quickest way to sum it up, I do love the new graphics, but I feel like the flinch, sprint out, and other gameplay mechanics, as well as supply drops, just don't make it feel the same. Now, the original, I do like. The original MW4, I do like. I think it was good. For the first time, we got a modern shooter in Call of Duty, and I liked it. It's fairly great. And it kept me about for a bit. So MW4 I feel like was pretty decent. It's the core of Call of Duty and I like it. Black Ops 1 I also liked. Campaign was pretty sweet. And what was so good about Black Ops 1 is that they carried on with zombies. They didn't give up. And it brought into the community that we know today. And I'm proud with what's so great about Black Ops 1 is that they just didn't give up on zombies. So that's a good part there. Now, the next COD game is Advanced Warfare, and I placed it in the brilliant section. And a lot of people might not agree with me here, but the reason that makes this game so great and why I love it so much is because when you go back and play it today, you barely see anyone camping. This game just destroyed camping, probably because of the exo movement and the map design. That's exactly what I liked. Campaign I liked. Zombies was unique because it wasn't a copy and paste. And I just liked the survival as well. I think survival was pretty cool. Kept me around. Now, Advanced Warfare does come with its issues, and that was the matchmaking was very poor. The score streaks was somewhat annoying, especially that damn system hack. Oh. But apart from that, Advanced Warfare, I loved it because unlike other COD games, it rewarded the people who rushed and punished those who would camp. So that's what makes Advanced Warfare so great and what so many people forget about that game. Now we're entering the best COD section. And by the way, you might notice the new COD, Modern Warfare, isn't here, just because I feel like it's a bit too early to judge. I feel like give it a bit more time, I can place it somewhere. Some of the best COD games is Infinite Warfare. I loved its campaign. I think it was pretty cool. Zombies, once again, unique because I feel like it wasn't copy-paste. Multiplayer was great. I feel like multiplayer was managed pretty well. I mean, there were a few things that could have been changed, but still, I liked it. However, the fact that the game was incomplete at launch was a bit upsetting, but I do like the fact that they turned it around, they made the game feel better. But I will say the game just came out at the worst time ever. But still, I like it. I feel like the movement system is very, very smooth, and Infinite Warfare is a very fair microtransaction system, so that's very good about it. Next up is Ghosts. Now, Ghosts, I'm probably going to get, once again, a lot of hate for this. I think Ghosts was pretty sweet. I think they did DLC very well. Some of the best DLC we've had in COD history. Hit detection feels like the best in the franchise. It felt sweet. Time to kill was a bit questionable. Felt a bit melty at times. Except the DLC was just great. I felt like the guns were unique in their own way. They really pushed customization as well. And they made their own like extinction aiding game mode, which was completely unique. And I like uniqueness. I like things that are new. And Ghosts, I feel like was decent COD game, and I feel like people just didn't appreciate it at the time. So COD Ghosts, love it. Now I do have my problems with it. The base maps were a bit big and all, but there were a few of the base maps I liked, like Freight, Strike Zone, and I think it was Warhawk. So COD Ghosts I feel like was very underappreciated, and honestly, I like it. I feel like a lot of people should give it another chance. And now World at War. World at War, I liked it. It feels like the core of Call of Duty, and honestly, I love it. World at War, I wish it would get remastered at some point. This game I could play for quite a bit. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot to grind for, but for the core of Call of Duty and for what it is, I like it. Now, next up is COD World War II. Yes, I know it had the worst launch ever. Yes, I know the game was full of bugs and glitches. But you know what? It quickly turned all of it around. COD World War II is a shining example of how bad a COD game can start, and it can just turn itself into a masterpiece. So, and I loved DLC, I loved the war mode, I just could make a full video on how good COD World War II turned out. And even when Black Ops 4 was out, they still continued to support the game. They added more content. The microtransaction system was great. The events were nice. Honestly, COD World War 2 is a good example of how bad a game can start, but they'll just turn it around and show improvement, and how Sledgehammer can work for their community when a change in management does happen. So, COD World War 2, good game, love it. And I feel like the best COD was Modern Warfare 3 for a few reasons. It was the best selling, survival mode was great, Spec Ops was fun, campaign, absolutely awesome. Multiplayer, I could play it for a long time just because I just love the way it felt. I mean, it feels pretty sweet. I mean, it was balanced, unlike Modern Warfare 2, and I feel like it was alright. So, I feel like Modern Warfare 3 is the best COD game just because it just took so many steps forward. It was just the best selling there was. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. What would your list be like? And do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I mean, like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Over and out.